Shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone that rule well and teach well while learning the truth, 100% according to the Bible. Also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, and shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters out there that are sensing your children, shalom. And in today's video is going to be building off of this video from the Brother the Hopeful Elect 3. And we're going to kind of just build off this video in the spirit. So we're going to get straight into it. We're going to listen to the video and I'm going to grab a few precepts and Lord's willing to be edifying. So with that being said, fair use. I'm not getting paid for this video.
About a couple of months ago, I had a dream about America.
All right. And as you can see, I'm going to read that precept right there that the brother actually posted. Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters," right, "shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions." And ultimately, we understand and know that this is the time and season that we are in. You see, that's why so many different people, are having these prophetic dreams and, all hell breaking loose, especially in this place, America. Because ultimately, this is the Lord pouring out his spirit, you see, warning people ultimately of the times and seasons that we are in, man, because these are the things that are soon about to take place, you see, in the very near future. Right. So all of these things that are happening is not by coincidence, it's all by design. You see, the Lord is allowing these things to happen, you see. So I'm going to get back into the video.
Forewarning, it was pretty graphic. It was pretty gory. So if this is not your type of conversation, you can go ahead and log off. In this dream, I was standing inside of this massive warehouse, and it was so big, y'all. It felt endless, and inside there was a whole community under one roof in this warehouse. And it's as I was in the dream and I was viewing it in like third person view. And as I'm beginning to analyze the situation I'm in, I see in one section there were people graduating from school. They were in caps and gowns. They were receiving diplomas. Then I turned and looked at another section, and there was a full-on church service going on. There was shouting, praising, giving God the glory. Then I looked in another section, and there were kids that were playing. Families were just living life. It felt like hope. It felt like community in this massive warehouse. Then, suddenly, outside, I heard chaos rising. Trucks pulled up, big old trucks. In my dream, the best way I could see it, they were like F-150s, big old trucks, big trucks. And the moment everyone in the warehouse heard them outside pull up, it's like everyone knew what time it was. So I began to watch everyone in the warehouse stop doing what they were doing. The people who were graduating, receiving diplomas, stopped midway. The people who were in the church service stopped midway. The kids who were playing stopped midway. Everyone in the warehouse stopped whatever they were in the midst of doing, and they began to grab guns and weapons. It's like they were like preparing for war. And we got outside, and when those trucks stopped, people got out. And this is where the dream was a bit strange to me. When these people got out of the trucks, most of them were white people. But here's the strange part. It wasn't just, a black versus white thing, because most of the people in the warehouse were black. So in my head, I'm thinking this is going to be a race war, black against white. But no, the strange thing is some of them, once we got outside and got in the field outside of the warehouse, some of them switched sides. Like some of the people that were in the warehouse switched sides. and start fighting alongside the people who came in the trucks, and vice versa.
Right. And we basically hear what it is that Jake is ultimately saying, and that's ultimately what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is soon about to bring to this place, America, man. You see, it tells us in Matthew 24:12, that, and because iniquity shall abound, sin upon sin, that the love of many shall wax cold. You go into that word cold in the Greek, it means cycles. So this is ultimately the time of season that we are in this place, America, where these things are soon to come, are going to happen. That's what everything is ultimately leading up to, you see, because ultimately you got the price of living in this place, America, skyrocketing. You got people feeling hopeless. You see, that's why you got so many of these different people on TikTok, Instagram, all these social media sites, they're ultimately crying, not knowing what to do. You see, people are just hopeless in this place, man. And eventually, like the guy was saying, you see, it's going to be people just resulting and taking matters into their own hands, picking up these guns, and you see just completely annihilating each other, man. You see, but this is ultimately what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to bring upon the earth. You see, he's bringing these evil times, right? As it tells us right here, this is Luke chapter 12. And I'm going to start at verse 51, and I'm going to read it in the KJV. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division, man. You see, and that's what we ultimately going to see happening, you see, in this time. It's just going to be complete division. And we see ultimately there's a divide in this place, America, already. You see, you got the right versus the left, all of this different type of madness. You got all of these Edomites that are getting offended and, angry at what happened with this Captain Kirk situation. So we already see that the spirit that is in this country is ultimately leading over into a civil war, man. You see, and that's what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to bring to this place. It tells us that in St. Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation. You see, that's going into these civil wars, man, and all of these different type of things that are soon to come going to be occurring here in this place, America, man. Right? As it tells us right here, I'm going to grab this precept real quick through the spirit. This is Isaiah, right? Chapter 19. And I'm going to read verse 2, right? And it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, man. That's talking about you Babylonians, you Americans. You see, you proud Edomites. You see, you 2/3 heathens. You see, of our people, you see that are Israelites, but you're in a heathen state of mind. You're Americanized. You see, all of you people are going to be fighting together against each other soon come, man. This is what the Lord is bringing to this place. You see, if you're not of the Lord's remnant, then ultimately, when these times come, you're going to be caught dead slap in the midst of it, man. You see, for you Israelites, so it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, right? And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And like I said, that's the division and the chaos that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is getting ready to bring to this place, America, man, and the world, you see. But it's going to be here worse, like I said, because these Americans, like I said, they're not used to suffering. They're not used to going without things. And once everything in this place gets stripped away from them, you see, which is coming soon, you see these phones, this internet, you see these food shortages, all of these different things that the Lord is going to bring, right? These people ain't going to know how to act, man. So, yeah, it's going to be real crazy out here real soon, That's what's coming, right? So I'm going to go to this precept right here because this is ultimately the time of season that is approaching, right? 2nd Esdras chapter 13, right? And I'm going to start at verse 29. And it says, behold, the day is come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are on the earth. That's talking about the elect, right? Verse 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, right? Verse 31. This is the point. It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, right? One city against another, one place against another, one people against another, right? And one realm against another. Hey, that's what's coming to this place, America, man, and the world, ultimately. You see, nothing but chaos, nothing but division, nothing but evils, man. You see, what did it say in 2nd Esdras 14? Right? I got to grab that real quick through the spirit, you see, because this is what's coming, man. Greater evils, you see, which are bad times, man. This is 2nd Esdras 14-16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, you see. So each day that passes by, the more we're going to see things just completely get more wickeder and more sinister, man. Each day that the Lord allows to pass by, you see. You see, just like most people said, 2024 was bad. Now people are saying that 2025 so far is worse than 2024. And that's how it's going to be, man. Every, day or week, a month that passes by, things are just going to continue to, ramp up and get worse, man. Right. But this is verse 17. It says, for look how much the world, right, shall be weakened through age. So much the more shall evils, meaning bad times, right, increase upon them that dwell therein. And that's talking about the people that dwell within the earth, you see. Ultimately, those that are not of the elect, man, because ultimately they're going to be the people in these times that the Lord is bringing these miseries to. You see, because all of these evil times that are about to come, these things are created for the wicked. You see, as it tells us right here, I'm going to grab that precept. This is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40. You see, And I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm going to go to verse 9, right? And it says, death and bloodshed, right? Strife and sword, right? Calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge, which all these things are soon come going to be happening here in this place, America. Verse 10, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. So like I said, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing these things upon the wicked, man, which are the 2/3 of his people and these heathens, man. You see, they're going to be the ones in these times that are going to be, acting out, bugging out, losing their minds. You see, doing all of this madness, man. You see, because the Lord is going to be with the elect, man, of the nation of Israel. You see, Abaratazah, we be at that number. You see, we're going to be protected in these times when all of these things are happening. You see, when all hell breaks loose, when chaos and anarchy begins to, take hold in a lot of these cities. You see, we're not going to have to worry about these things, man. Lord's willing, we be of the elect, you see. So, yeah, I'm going to get back into this video so we can just, listen to what it is that Jake is saying. But, yeah, these times are coming, you see, sooner than what most people think, right? Because a lot of our people, you see, and even these Edomites, just people in general in this place, America, these people are comfortable. They don't believe that these things are actually going to happen. You see, everybody is just in a careless state of mind. You see, these people are not being circumspect at all, man. They have no idea what's soon about to take place in this country. That's why everybody is living their day carelessly, man. Everybody just going about their business. Everybody just going about their day-to-day lives, operating as everything is normal. And like the guy was saying in his dream, that's when things are going to happen, when people thinking everything good, because it's going to come suddenly when these people are not expecting it, you see. And that's why they're not, going to expect these things to happen, because they're not in that spirit of being sober-minded, being circumspect, you see. And I'm talking about the 2/3 of our people, man, you see. But all of these people in America are through, right? This is Proverbs chapter 22, and I'm going to read verse 3, because ultimately this is the state of mind that the Lord elect is in, man. You see, it says a prudent man, right? Prudent goes into being wise, foreseeth the evil, right? We foresee the evil. We know that these times are coming. You see, that's why we're trying to get ourselves right with Yahweh Shem Yahushua while we ultimately have time, because we know the Lord is about to bring evil. We know that chaos like never before is about to happen in this country, man. You see, we know the Lord is about to destroy this place, man. So guess what? We're trying to, get ourselves right with the Lord, right? As it tells us in Psalms 2:12, to kiss the Son, lest he be angry, man. And ye perish in a way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. So that's what we're doing. We're putting all our trust in the Lord in these times, man. Hoping and praying that when these things do come, you see that he can have mercy upon us and bring us through. But it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil, right? And hideth himself. What do he hide himself in? The confines of the Lord. You see, getting right with the Lord, seeking him. That's what a prudent man is doing. That's what the elect, that's the spirit they're in, you see. But it says, but the simple pass on and are punished. And the simple is talking about the 2/3 of our people and these heathens, man. All of these people are simple. Like I said, they have no idea what's soon about to come in this country. They have no idea that the American dollar is about to collapse and this devil going to make it mandatory that you got to take an implantable device in order to buy and sell. They don't know these things are coming. That's why I said the simple pass on and are punished. You see, these people going to get punished, man, for being simple, being, just ignorant. You see, as they say in the world, ignorance is bliss. But that's ultimately going to be what get these people judged, man, in these times that we coming into, man. Right? So I'm going to grab this precept as well. This is Ephesians chapter 5, right? And I'm going to start at verse 15. And it says, see then that you walk circumspectly. And this is the spirit that us hopeful like brothers and sisters ought to be in daily. You see, we got to constantly be in this mindset. You see, speaking to myself first and foremost, of course. It says not as fools, but as wise, right? We don't want to be foolish in these times, man, because like I said, this danger is coming, right? And it's going to come suddenly when people are not expecting it, you see. Like the guy was saying in his video, people was going about their lives, eating, drinking at church and all of this other different madness they were doing. And then guess what? The guys pulled up and all hell started breaking loose. So that's how it's going to be, man. People ain't going to be expecting it. People going to just be doing their day-to-day thing that they do, being wicked. And these evils are going to just unfold, man. It's just going to manifest, you see. So it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, right, but as wise. And this is the reason why, verse 6 or 16, Salaki, it says, redeeming the time because the days are evil, right? And we are living in evil times, man. What does this say in 2 Timothy 3, right? I got to grab that through the spirit. I'm going to start at, verse 1. And it says, this know also, right, that in the last days perilous times shall come, right? And we are living in those perilous times, man, you see, and it's going to get worse. Like I read earlier, greater evils. That's what's ultimately coming to this place, America. And when you go into that word perilous, it goes into a time full of uncertainty, a time of chaos, a time of danger, right? And we definitely are living in dangerous times, but it's only going to get worse. Things are going to escalate, you see. from here on out, man. You see, each day is going to be worse than the day that was before it. You see, things is not going to get better for this place, America, because that's what a lot of these Babylonians believe in their mind. You see, the 2/3 of our people, they're comfortable in this place. They feel as though America going to go back to the way as it used to be. You see, when things were normal and people were, doing the things in which it is that they do in their day-to-day lives, enjoying themselves. You see, being in that folly, mirth spirit, having fun all day. Hey, that's getting ready to come to an end, man, especially in these times that are coming. You see, it ain't going to be no laughing and giggling and playing. And people going to be running for their lives soon come, man. You see, that's what's coming. So we're going to get back into the video. So bear with me while I pull it up. And we're just going to finish watching into it, just a little bit more of it. But yeah, brothers and sisters, these times are upon us, man. You see, and we're going to constantly keep blowing the trumpet on these things, man, because, hey, that's the job of a watchman. You see, to warn you of these things before they actually happen, you see. Whether you will hear or forbear, the scriptures have said, because ultimately we're warning you Israelites via these videos that we post daily. You see, going out on the highways and hedges, we're warning you of what the Lord is about to bring, because ultimately all of this terribleness and judgment that's about to come and all of these different evils, hey, the Lord is sending this stuff, man. You see, these things are not happening just by coincidence, man, or just because, oh, man, times are rough right now. No, the Lord is bringing this stuff, man, because of punishment. You see, for judgment. You see, because ultimately the wickedness that is occurring in this earth, man. You see, especially among his own people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That's why the Lord finna bring the terror. You see, as it tells us right here, right? And I'm going to get into the video. Bear with me. This is Amos 3:6. It said, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? And that trumpet is representing this word that we're ultimately warning you Israelites about. We're warning you, telling you the prophecies, telling you what's to come, telling you that impending destruction is not. You see, these are the things that we're doing. And what is our people doing? In that spirit of mirth, having fun, folly, you see, not taking anything serious, not taking heed of the watchman, right? It's all fun and games, man, till it isn't, right? And it's going to be not so fun real soon, man. You see, when these things actually are happening, when you people are actually, getting snatched out of your homes and, being sent into these concentration camps and all of the different things that the Lord ultimately has in store to come down the pipeline. You see, it ain't going to be fun and games in that day that's coming, man. So it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? So like I was basically saying, man, all of these things that are about to happen in this place, the Lord is bringing it. You see? So ultimately, the only way you can ultimately escape these times that are coming, guess what? The Lord has to be with you, man. You have to be of his elect remnant, you see, of the nation of Israel, man. You got to be of his elect, because you're not of that number. Then ultimately, guess what? When these things do come, you're not going to have any protection, man. And I'm talking about for you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. This is why we tell you to make no tarrying, to turn to the Lord, man. You see, and to seek him ultimately while you have time, because the doors of mercy are closing, man. And these things are going to happen sooner than what most people think. It's only a matter of time, right? So we're going to get into the video now.
Some of the people who came in the trucks switched sides and started fighting along with the people who came out of the warehouse. And what broke me in this dream was I was seeing women and children getting killed. It was black against black. It was white against white. It was black against white. And it was white against black. It was basically community against community. And
right. And we hear what it is Jake just said. And that's ultimately what I just brought out, man. Egyptian against Egyptian, right? Nation against nation. That's what's coming, man. It's just going to be complete chaos all around, man. And we know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is no respecter of persons. You see, as the guy just said, you had women and little children that were being deleted, right? But we know what the Lord said in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, man, verse 4. You see, he said, I'm going to grab it. I don't want to botch it, so bear with me. This is what's coming, man, to America real soon. Like I said, if you Israelites, man, you're not out there seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're not trying to get right with the Lord, then, hey, you're going to die, man, in these times that are coming. That just is what it is. You see, it doesn't matter if you're a woman, doesn't matter if you're a man, doesn't matter if you're a 3-year-old baby. You see, if you're not of the Lord's remnant, hey, you're not making it in what's coming, man. You see, that just is what it is. So this is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord, right, Yahweh, which is all caps, the Heavenly Father, said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, which is a people before is a place, and set a mark, which that word mark in the Hebrew goes into thawa, which means to be exempt from judgment. And the only ones that are going to be exempt from this judgment that's coming when these times do happen are the elect of the nation of Israel, you see. The 1/3, which, you know, are the 144,000, you see the men, the prophets, and also the women and children and men that are sincere believers, you see, which consists of the 1/3. They're going to be protected in these times. The Lord is going to have mercy upon them, you see. But for the rest of you jakes and you heathens, man, it's going to be ugly for you people, man. Right. So it says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And we know the only people that are sighing and crying to the Lord for all of the wickedness that's happening in this place, America, are the elect, man. 2/3 of our people don't see no problem with what's happening in America. You see, they in love with this place, man. They love the wickedness. You see, they love the so-called white man, you know, ruling over them, putting GMOs in their food. They don't see no problem with this place, man. So that's why when this place receives its judgment, hey, the Lord gonna punish them too, man. You see, but this is the point. Verse 5, it says, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city, which is going to be in America, right? And smite, which means to put down in a violent fashion. You see, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, right? Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, right? So like I said before, man, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is no respecter of persons, right? If you ain't of his elect, man, it doesn't matter who you are or what you are. You're going to die, man, in these times that are coming, you see. The Lord ain't going to have no pity upon you because you're a woman, man. You see, you think your looks and your beauty going to get you through these times that are coming? No, it's not. You see, that's why we tell you Israelites to get right with the Lord, man, because he's going to be your only place of refuge in this time of trouble, right? As it tells us in Isaiah 33:6, you see that in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. The strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. And like I said, majority of our people, they ain't fearing the Lord. They're not trying to rehearse the righteous acts to the best of their abilities. You see, they're not trying to do the things that is pleasing unto their power. You see, they going about doing things the way that they want to do it. So guess what? When these times come, the Lord ain't going to be with you jakes, man. You see, that just is what it is. He's only going to be with the elect, right? So, yeah, I'm going to get back into the video, and we're just going to finish watching it all the way through. But yeah, these things are coming, you see, and that's why we constantly blow the trumpet on these things, because ultimately this is what's going to happen, man. You see, we understand that a lot of you people are tired of hearing it. Oh, man, y'all been saying that for a long time, bro. That stuff ain't going to happen. Y'all always say that, you know, and this and that. But we going to see if it's going to happen, you see, or if it's not, you see, because a lot of you people, y'all mouths about to be stopped real soon for a lot of you unbelievers out there, you see. And I'm talking about the unbelievers of our people. You see, a lot of you scoffing jakes out there that think this stuff ain't going to happen that we're warning you about. Hey, you're going to see real soon. Right?
All this blood being shed, these babies getting offed, these women getting offed, these men getting offed, communities of people, human beings. I looked up, and in the midst of while I was looking up, we was, mind you, we was in a field, and it was full of sheds, and the women and the children were trying to hide in these sheds for safety. I saw people literally go to the sheds, open the sheds door, and yeah, awful. It was horrible. It was a very graphic dream, and it disturbed me really bad. And within the midst of being in this field full of sheds, there was this one big shed that was bigger than all the other ones. And it stood out. And hanging on it was a giant American flag. And then that's when I woke up from the dream. And I couldn't help but wonder, was this just a dream that I was just having, or was this a warning? Because...
Right. And ultimately it is a warning because, hey, these things are going to happen in this place, man. You see? But this is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, and I'm going to read verse 14 on down. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, man. Right? Woe meaning destruction, because that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to bring. You see, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. When something is not, that means it's fastly approaching. It's soon to come, right? It's going to happen. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right. This is ultimately what he's seeing happening in his dream. And that's prophecy that's going to happen. right? In the good old streets of America, man. You see? Verse 16, for there should be sedition among men, right? And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You see, when you go into that word sedition, it means people uprising against the government. Oh, you're going to have all of that taking place real soon in America, man. You see a lot of these proud Edomites that believed in Donald Trump and thought he was going to save America. Now that they see that everything this man has been doing since he's been in the so-called White House has ultimately made this place worse. Because like I said, by prophecy, this place, America, is going to go down. There's no saving this place, man. This place is like the Titanic. It's a sinking ship. It's destined to go down and to be destroyed, man. And that's what a lot of you people don't understand. So, hey, once people really understand in their mind and know that there's no saving this place, hey, that's when these people really gonna bug out, when they understand that this place is over. There's no hope for this place. That's when people gonna lose their mind, because as they say in the world, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it. And that's why you're gonna have so much chaos real soon, right? You know, but this is verse 17. It said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And the reason the man won't be able to go into a city, you see, because guess what? In the midst of all of this chaos that's going to be happening between these people, guess what? This devil is going to slip in his National Guard. He's going to slip in his United Nations soldiers, his militias, all of these different things that Esau got off in the cut, just waiting to unleash. Hey, he's going to bring them out in this time, man, when all of this chaos is happening, right? Ordo ab chaos, man. This devil ultimately wants the chaos to happen so he can have an excuse to bring in the order, you see? And that's what's going to happen. You see these devils locking this country down, man, ultimately to bring in that MOTBC up, because ultimately that's what's coming, right? But this is verse 18. It said, for because of their pride, right? Pride goeth before destruction and the haughty spirit before a fall. A lot of you Americans are proud as hell, man. You see, you women, you men, your children that's coming up after you, all of you are just proud, man. Full of yourselves, thinking highly of yourselves. You people feel like you can't be touched. Nobody can tell you what to do. You can't be told what to do. You can't be corrected. You see, and I'm talking about amongst our people, man. Right? It said, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. That's why the Lord going to trouble these cities, man. That's why the chaos is coming. That's why the judgment is going to happen. You see? It says the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid, right? And if we know men are going to be afraid, how much more the weaker vessel, which are you women? Because as the guy was also saying in his dream, you had a lot of women that were scared with their children and they was getting put to death. You see? So like I said, this is what the Lord is getting ready to bring, man. You see? Terror. You see? That's why we tell you people to repent for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Because that's your only hope, man, is through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Without the Lord, you're not going to make it in these times when this trouble comes, man. You see? But I'm going to read it again. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. What does 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 50 state? It says that for many great miseries shall be done unto them that in the latter time that shall dwell in the world because they have walked in great pride. So, hey, the Lord is getting ready to bring miseries upon you people, man. You see, like never before, right? Because as the scripture said, it's going to be a time like no other, right? So this is verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? And that's what's going to happen, man. You see, it ain't going to be no love for nobody, man. Everybody going to be out here thinking for themselves, man. You see, it's going to be survival of the fittest, right? Especially when the food shortages and all of these other different things happen, because that's coming too. So what you think going to happen in the midst of all of these civil wars and chaos in these streets? You definitely going to have people looting stores and stealing food and, you know, things like that. So guess what? These stores are going to empty and dry up quick. So, hey, that's going to bring in a famine. Right. So people ain't going to have no food. And that's really when people going to, you know, lose their damn minds, because these people can't go days without eating. You see, these people can't go hours without eating. These people got to consistently eat. You see, that's all they do all day is sit on their ass and eat. You see, so when that food dry up, guess what? You're going to have violence, you know, rising off of that alone. You see. But it says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. The modern day sword is the gun, right? Which is what a lot of these Americans have in their possession, right? These people love their Second Amendment, you see? So that's what they're going to resort to in this time, using their gun to basically take by force whatever it is they want, man, right? And it says, and spoil their goods, right? People are going to be ransacking people's houses. You see, all of this stuff is going to be happening in the midst of all of this stuff going on, man. Right. It says because of the lack of bread. Right. Talking about that famine, there's going to be a scarcity of food and for great tribulation, man. You see. So like I said, this is what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is getting ready to bring, man. You see. And I'm going to go to 2nd Esdras chapter 16. Right. And we're going to build off of that real quick in the spirit. And I'm going to start at verse 8. And I'm going to read on down, right? Because ultimately the Lord is the one bringing these evils, as I stated earlier. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, right? And who is he that can drive them away, right? And that's a question. You see, who can drive away these evils that the Lord is going to bring? The question is nobody, man. Nobody's going to be able to stop the judgment that the Lord is getting ready to bring upon this earth. You see? But I'm going to go down and I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. Right. This is the prophet Esdras having a dream about ultimately the latter times. You see, the angel showed Esdras a vision. You see, I believe it was the angel Uriel. He basically showed Esdras, the dream of what was going to be happening in this place, Babylon, the Great America. Ultimately, during the time of all of this stuff that Jake just had a dream about, you see the chaos, the terror, you see the race wars, the class wars, you see the famines, people cannibalizing. You see the prophet Esdras saw all those things, man. And like it says, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days. Because ultimately he's seen how bad it got out here, man, and how these people were behaving, man. Like I said, these people going to be acting like animals, man, beasts. That's when you're going to really see people's true nature come out, man. When all hell breaks loose, when there's no food, when there's no water, when there's no internet, when all of these things that these people have ultimately to satisfy them is taken away. That's when people going to show their true colors, man. That's when people going to really, show you how they really are, man. You see, that's going to bring the worst out of these people, man. You see, and it's going to happen real soon. Right. This is verse 18. It says the beginning of sorrows, because that's all that's coming, man. Sorrows, mournings, weeping. You see, death, man. Right. It says in great mournings. Right. The beginning of famine. Right. Because that's coming. Right. And great death. A lot of people going to get sent to the spiritual realm in these times, man. The Lord ain't playing. You see, we telling you, Jake, these things for a reason, man. You see, because the Lord is not playing. They don't call the Lord the King of Terrors for nothing, man. You people think the Lord is playing, man. You see, that's why the Lord about to really show you people something, man. Because a lot of you people, y'all think this stuff that we're telling you about and warning you of is a game. You see, you think this stuff is just a joke. It's something to laugh at. But hey, you people ain't about to be laughing real soon, man. You see, and we can't wait till the Lord bring this time upon you people, because you people deserve it, man. You see, but this is finished reading it. It says the beginning of wars, right? Race wars, class wars, civil wars, gender wars, World War III, right? This is all that's coming, man. And the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, right? What shall I do when these evils shall come? And like I said, for the elect, they're going to put all their hope and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You see, the Lord is going to deliver his remnant in these times, man. As it tells us right here in this precept, I'm going to grab Psalms, right? Chapter 34. Bear with me. And I'm going to start at verse 17, right? And I'm going to just read down. And it says, the righteous cry, the righteous being the elect, and the Lord, right, heareth and delivereth them out of all their troubles. So in the midst of all of this stuff that's going to be happening in the earth, because we know we're going to be in the midst of these things too. We're not saying we're exempt, but guess what? If we're the Lord's remnant, guess what? He's going to deliver us. He's going to be with us. He's going to nurture us. He's going to be supporting us in these times of evil. You see, when famine comes, he's going to make sure that we can eat, we can stay sustained. You see, and all of the violence that's going to be happening, he's going to have his angels encamped around about us. We won't have to worry about all of the violence, because like I read earlier, these things are for the wicked, man. You see, these things ain't coming upon us, Lord's willing. You see, it's only coming for these proud, you see, wicked Americans, man, and the people worldwide. You see? But this is verse 18. It says, the Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and save us such as be of a contrite spirit, right? That humble spirit, man, elect. You see, they're in that humble, contrite, lowly spirit, man. And the Lord is going to be nigh and close unto them in these times, man, of all this affliction and hell and chaos that's coming, you see. But this is verse 19. It said, many are the afflictions of the righteous. Because guess what? We're going to go through a lot of hell too in these times. You see. But the Lord delivereth him out of them all. You see how B'Shem Yahushua, Lord's willing, is going to deliver us. You see, out of all of these terrible times that are coming. Verse 20, he keepeth all his bones. Not one of them is broken. You see, because the Lord ain't going to allow no harm to come upon us, man. You see, as long as we continue to trust in him, we continue to keep the faith. We continue to believe. You see, hey, the Lord going to be with us in these times. You see, for us hopeful elect brothers and sisters, you know, as it tells us right here. I'm going to grab this. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 10, right, in the KJV. And it says, look at the generations of old, right, and see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded, right? And the answer to that is no, man. You see, none of our forefathers that ultimately put their trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua was confounded or about the shame, you see, because the Lord came through for them, man. That's why it tells us in Romans 15:4 that the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, you see. But it says, or did any abide in his fear, right? Because it starts with the fear. You see, that's important. The fear of the Lord, man, is the beginning of knowledge, you see, and wisdom. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's Proverbs 1:7, man. So guess what? As long as we're fearing the Lord, we're doing those things in which it is he requires of us to do to the best of our abilities. We're trying to be sincere, you see. We're rehearsing the righteous acts, you see. Guess what? The Lord is going to be with us in these times, man. We have nothing to worry about, you see. It says, and was forsaken, right? The answer to that is no. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? You see, this is verse 11. It says, for the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is full of compassion and mercy, right? And he's going to have that mercy on his remnant. Long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. You see, and like I said, we getting ready to come into some very afflicting, terrible times. And guess what? The Lord is going to be with us. You see, Lord's willing, right? So I'm gonna get back to where I left off at. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 19. It says, behold, famine, right, and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. So like I said, the Lord is sending these things as a form of judgment, you see, for ultimately the wickedness that is happening in the earth, man. That's why he's sending these bad times. That's why he's finna send all of this death, all of these evils, all of this terror, all of this chaos, man. That's why these things are going to happen, man. You see? But yeah, these things are coming, brothers and sisters. And like I said, all we can do is hope and pray that the Lord, continues to deal with us. He continues to keep his spirit on us to do the right thing. You see, to continue to, do things that is pleasing unto him, knowing that we're in his wicked flesh. You see, and we just pray and hope that he has mercy upon us in these times, man. Because like I said, we're definitely going to need that mercy from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. As it tells us right here, I'm going to grab that precept real fast. Right, this is Habakkuk chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Shigionoth. And it says, verse 2, O Yahweh, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. And what is that speech? That speech is going into ultimately the things that the Lord is about to bring upon the earth, right? The terror that the Lord is about to bring, right? The evils, man, the uncertainty, right? The chaos, man, the mayhem, right? The bad times. That's what we know the Lord is bringing. And we're afraid, you see, because ultimately we fear the Lord. We know the power that the Lord possesses, man. We know that the Lord controls both life and death, you see, and we don't want to fall into the hands of the Lord. So guess what? Hey, we're crying and sighing, man, to the Lord to have mercy upon us, right? As it says on down, oh, Yahweh revive thy work in the midst of the years, in the midst of the years, make known in wrath, remember mercy. And that's what we pray and hope, brothers and sisters, that when these times do come, that you see the Lord can ultimately have mercy upon us. You see, that we're able to escape all of these things. Because like I said, it's going to come. You see, it's going to happen. But with that being said, Lord's willing, I pray this video be edifying, just something quick through the spirit. I'm going to end it off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that rule well and teach well while learning the truth 100% according to the Bible. Till the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.